Hello guys, welcome again to Deathmark MTG TV, and we are now on our first user submitted deck tech for March of the Machine standard. And today what got me interested into featuring this list is because of sort of a two-card combo, or let's say a three-card combo, again embedded in this build. So it is again of the Grixis colors. I think this is the March of the Machine's Grixis Cosas. I'm not sure what they mean by this one, but as mentioned, again, it's the user submitted deck. They placed this one, I think it was 2 or 3 days ago from the MTG Goldfish website. And let's check what will be our main combo here. So the deck is composed of 6 artifacts, 10 creatures, 3 enchantments, 6 sorceries, 27 lands, 8 instants, and that's about it. So what is the combo that we are talking about? We check on first the new card from the set, which is Hiritsugu and Kairi. Let's try the usual regular version so we can read better. No, that's not the version. Okay, this one. So it is a 5 to cast creature over Demon Dragon and a 5/4 flyer. It's enters the battlefield. You will sort of a brainstorm ability. You will draw 3 cards and then put 2 cards from your hand on the top of your bit in order. And then it has ability that whenever it dies, exile the top card with library and target opponent loses life equal to its mana value. If it's an instant or sorcery card, you may cast it without its mana cost. I mean, let's pay its mana cost. So what card do we need to have this combo? And what this deck would feature once the name they say as Cosas, because of the card from also from Kamigawa Name Dynasty, Explosive Singularity. So this 10 to cast sorcery with each an additional cost to cast the spell. Tap any number of or top creatures you control. So this spell costs 1 less for each of the creatures tapped this way, and then its ability is that it will deal 10 damage to any target. So 10 plus 10, that's basically a good 20 hit, provided that your opponent has no life gain effects whatsoever. You can just basically kill him or her out of nowhere with this ability when Hiritsugu dies trigger resolves. So how do we set up for this one? How do we get Hiritsugu to die enable Ling is their trigger on this one. So we have a support card in the form of Staff of Completion. So we have this one as a 3 to cast artifact. You have this first line of this ability, the tap, pay 1 life, destroy target permanent you own. So that basically solves the problem of sacrificing your own Hiritsugu and the Kairi to be able to do that combo. And also it has also other effects. So not only you got to destroy this, you can add any color, sort of a ramp, but at a cost of 2 life. You can also pay 3 life proliferate. You can also pay 4 life to draw a card and pay 5 mana, any color or colorless to untap Staff of Completion. So the deck basically functions like that of a mid-range deck. You can see other components here. So we discuss now starting with Corner Bankbuster, again a sort of a card draw in the late game gas. Blighted Harvester for early threats and also good removal per se. Course Appraiser also, since a very good 3-drop core creature with Grixis decks. And of course, Shoulder Apocalypse as part of the Death Touch and life loss whenever your opponents draw a card. And of course, you can have also this one to gain your life whenever you do this to draw a card. So expecting you will only pay 2 life instead of 4 with Shoulder and play to activate this draw card bomb Staff of Completion. Now for other support cards, we have also Fable the Mirror Breaker, since basically the best 3 drop red card for the current standard format. And we also have some instants to be able to help us out against aggro, for example, or artifact shenanigans with upgrade. Also for Go for the Throat for a solid non-artifact spot removal. And of course, make this appear as a sort of support card. But I think here, instead of having make this appear, I think we should go with more with the solid counter spells, such as the Simple Stroke, or that of a 3 mana cost counter spell, such as Earthize Scorn, Scorn, so that we'll be able to have a sort of a solid counter spell in the late game. If then that we'll be able to assemble our combo piece so that we can have a solid counter spell to protect it. So along with the sorceries cards that are added here, we also have Explosive Singularity aside from the 3 copies. So having 3 copies on this deck would not really matter here, because given that it's just part of the combo, you can just draw it out with the Course of Appraiser, Fable of the Mirror Breaker effect, also with Staff and Bankbusters, your card draw sources. Now for another support, is also a card draw effect in spot removal per se is Invoke Despair. You can just have some 1 in 3 spot removal because of sacrificing opponent's creature. Enchantment and Planeswalker is basically a 3-for-1, and if there are none that they can sacrifice, you can still have them lose 2 life and you will draw a card in the process. So with that, you can be able to dig out any of the spells, and given also that Hidetsugu and Kairi also has this Brainstorm effect, wherein you can just put out those early singularity drawn from your hand back on the top of your library, and that should be able to carry out this combo. What interesting here is that the fixing would also go with these lands. They make sure that we have 27 lands in progress to make the mana base very efficient. In case that you would be needing to hardcast singularity from your hand that is in dire situations, you can just basically do it with all these lands available. So it is only composed of those of the top quick lands from Patient Oblivion 1. We also have some slow lands with 100 Reach, of course Channel lands, Tatawara, 1 copy. More of these slow lands, Shepherd Mars, Pain lands from Dominaria with Shivan Reef. Again, Suburb Coast for blue red, Sulphurous Springs for black red, and 3 swamps as added. Maybe for the matchups with the mono white decks where they had some Field Ruins that made me able to fetch out some basics to replace your lands that are destroyed by it. We also have 1 copy of Kenuma, so this also added channel land that can also return a creature of Planeswalker from your graveyard to your hand. That is also a good utility cards in the process. And also Underground River, and of course Thunder's Lands as the main 3 mana fix for the Grixis colors, that is blue, black, and red, to be able to have a good fix early on in the late game, also a cycling effect for the setup. Now for the mana curve, it's basically between 3 and 4, that's 3.64 average. We have a lot of you can see 2 drop. It's basically composed of creatures and instants, and the 3 drops are mostly creatures, and the rest are just here on the spells. And of course, we have the 5 drop for Hidetsugu and Kairi. In case that you would not be really winning with the combo, you can just basically attack out, because what a typical Grixis deck would look like is just you can just basically go off and attack in the air with the Hidetsugu and Kairi, since it has flyers, and also have Shoal Dreads, life loss triggers go off against your opponent's life total. And last but not the least, the color distribution will go here with 18 blue, 19 red for losers, and 25 for black. But you can see here that's mostly composed of black in the cards, or the non-land cards, with 27, and the rest are just 10 and 17 consecutively. And these are the tokens. We have 5 basically tokens to use: Blood token, Copy token from the Fable copy effects. Dolphin Shaman is generated again by Fable, Pilot for the Reckoner Bunkmaster, and Treasure again generated by both of the Fable and the Reckoner Bunkmaster cards. So that's basically it. I'm pretty sure you've seen a similar deck. You can consider this initially as a Grixis mid-range deck, but happily you can be able to go off with a combo once that you could be able to assemble the explosive singularity for the top card with Hidetsugu and Kairi in play, and sacrificing it or destroying it with the Stopper Completion. So I guess that's it, guys. You can check more of these March with the Machines from our previous card previews, along with some deck text that is covered from my previous March with the Machine top 3 videos, I think. And we should be having more of these deck texts as we see the newest set becomes legal to play in Standard, now that we can have to check them on MTG Online or in Magic Arena, as per we say, as we go on with this one. So again, thank you for checking this video or deck tech for March of the Machine. That is the Grixis Cosas deck, and see you on the next one.